Hello, hello. Shelley Ackerman here, transformation facilitator and bringer of love, light, and abundance. Welcome and thank you for spending this moment with me. So, this is episode 6 or part 6 of my Let's Get Organized series. And today it's about sorting 101. So, when you're ready to go, and you have your before photo and your supplies and tools, boxes, bags, whatever's needed. Um, so, great first step and, set those things out so you can have them at your ready for your donate pile, your trash, your keep, and your sell piles, and pens and tape and labels or whatever you need. So to begin sorting, you can start with the easiest or with the hardest, depending on what works for you best. Sometimes it's nice to start slow. Other times, just getting over the worst or getting the worst out of the way is better. Um, and if an item really belongs somewhere else, take the time to place it there, or you can make a pile or a box that will of all those items that will say go to the attic or go to the garage or basement or something that's a little more of a trek. Either way, but it's kind of nice to take things and actually put them away where they go because it gives you space and you feel like that job is done. So when you're considering things to keep or to not keep, what I want you to think about is how long ago was it since you last used it? And how long will it continue to work or be useful, such as like software is out of date so quickly, or doesn't have, maybe something doesn't won't have supplies to refill or parts if it's broken. That kind of thing. And maybe there'll be new ways of even doing some of this stuff 10 years down the road. That might be a good motivator to get rid of things. So being honest about the chances of using it or even remembering that you have it and where to find it, keep those in mind. And if it's been 10 years or more, definitely time to give it a new home. And when deciding whether to sell or donate an item, consider the time and effort that it will take to sell it versus donate it, and who might be most likely to enjoy it. And here's a tip. So we all say, but I might need it someday. So if you really need something, it will find its way to you. So maybe you can borrow it or look for it again in a thrift store. Um, it is a very real possibility that you either won't remember that you still have it, or worse, you won't be able to find it when you need it years later. So unless you think you'll need it in the next, say, 12 months, or depending, maybe some things are a little bit longer, um, but consider letting it go so that someone else can enjoy it and use it. And if you just can't bring yourself to get rid of it, make a deal with yourself. If you don't use it within, let's say, a year or two, then you commit to having it move out of your house. You can make a list of these items and date it, or you could place them if they're small enough in a box and tape the box shut. And if you don't get anything out of that box for, say, a year, then you could donate the box, preferably unopened, because you might find things in there or find reasons to keep the things in there. So some items really, that just don't do well when not used for a long time. Definitely be careful of things that have batteries in them. So imagine someone really enjoying the item and using it a lot. And what a shame it would be for that item to just collect dust and stay as clutter. Okay, so for records and documents, Google how long to keep certain documents, roughly 7 years, but it kind of depends. So Google what the current thinking is on that. Shred older stuff. Now for clothes, if you're in doubt, uh, even a little bit, try it on. So how do you feel in it? Why have you not worn it in a long time? And be honest. Too many options or choices can be overwhelming. And so maybe we go to the same standbys. intend to wear it again. So if it is something you feel good in and you like and it fits and all that, and there's no damage to it, just set the intention to wear it again, once or twice within a period of time. And then if you don't, you can safely give it away because there's some reason you're not wearing it, and just let it go. And for seasonal outfits, maybe you need to write it on your calendar to make sure that you use that, or remember to give it a try. And if you can't follow through, then again, give it away. There might be some reason you can't understand, but there's definitely a reason you're avoiding wearing it. So give it away. And regarding clothes that you want to fit into again, but don't currently, think about, how long has it been? And does holding on to these actually motivate you to lose weight or get in shape? Or does it make you feel bad about yourself? Would you want to buy new clothes to celebrate the slimmer you? If, anyway, so maybe you don't even want to wear those old clothes because they're too old. Daily visuals of what you can't wear are not usually a healthy motivator. They just make you feel bad about yourself. And holding on to things for, emotional reasons, that happens to all of us. So explore some of these common reasons that we hold on to things. Because obviously, if we use it and like it, great. It's not clutter and we don't need to consider giving it away. But if you just think, well, I might need it someday, or it's something you wish, um, that you could use if you were in better shape. Or how about like if it's something like crutches? Oh, well, I might need those someday. Do you really want that kind of lingering there that you might get hurt? Usually crutches are pretty easy to find in thrift stores if you need them, but let's hope you don't need them. So get rid of them for now. So lacking trust that you'll have what you need, that's fear-based. Or just fearing lack, like I won't have enough. It could also be a success or a status symbol. Look at all the stuff I have. Those who die with the most toys win. It's not true, but maybe that's a reason. Or how much did your stuff just contribute to your sense of worth? Maybe you're just insecure, fear of the unknown. That, the unknown is scary, but to be fearful and keep too many things around because of that isn't healthy. It could be you're just overwhelmed or you're really stuck in a place, and getting rid of things is one way to move that energy out. And it can feel overwhelming to go through stuff, but it also feels overwhelming to be amongst a bunch of stuff that you don't even use and don't care about, don't even know what you have. So, if you're looking at fears and different insecurities, really consider, is it worth keeping? If you paid a lot of money for it, could that just mean that you don't trust that you'll have enough money in the future? Because again, if it's not something you use or like, or you kind of like it, but you paid a lot of money for it and that's why you keep it around, maybe, anything that if fear is the reason that you're keeping things, try to let joy be the reason for everything, or nearly so, in your home. Necessary records and things like that. They're not inherently joyful, but when you can find what you need when you need it, that is joyful. And last, take the time to thank an item for its service as it moves on. So even if you're throwing it away, showing appreciation for all things in your life lifts the energy of the experience and the item. So if it is something that you will give away, you kind of help clear the energy from it when you do that. And it's just good to be grateful for whenever we can and for whatever we can. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about how to keep the momentum going. So I look forward to seeing you then.